Well, I don't know about you, but I'm getting really fed up with the way Brexit is going. You know, we've been given a huge opportunity to press the reset button, and it's being completely wasted every single day. Teresa May is undoubtedly the modern Neville Chamberlain, and she's trying to appease this enemy that mocks us. The cabinet is full of Remainers. They're outnumbered the Brexiteers 3-1. Her first mistake was to use the very word negotiation. It's the EU that need to deal with us. We do not need to deal with them. When will she understand that the wind's in our sails? Being one of only a few net contributors, once we pull the plug on this funding, the whole house of that cars will come crashing down on them. All we keep hearing is how silly old people have destroyed the youngsters' futures. But interestingly, last Sunday, we saw in Italy, there was a huge youth rebellion. And who can blame them against this dictatorship? There's high unemployment rates and there's out-of-control immigration in that beautiful country. They have realised that the EU is a protectionist racket and only protecting themselves. It was just really refreshing to see. The youth have been brainwashed and indoctrinated by the left-wing education system. We shall never get a true Brexit until those leading us are actual true Brexiteers and they put their country first. And sadly, we still see this enemy fighting like a wounded animal. Those like Nicky Morgan who seek to overturn the democratic voice, they are fascists and they are traitors. Let's just remind those bitter Remoaners exactly what we are voting for. We are voting for our sovereignty, our laws, our borders. We are voting for our children and our grandchildren. We voted no to being part of the United States of Europe, and we voted to control our own destiny. The balkanisation of this country must stop immediately. This is what people mainly voted for in the EU referendum, but the political establishment are still ignoring us. We were never asked if we wanted this, and we never voted for it. It all came along with that treacherous Tony Blair, who should be in The Hague for war crimes. Absolutely. It is not racist to talk about mass immigration. It's purely about numbers. You know, I love to visit other European countries, and I invite them to come and visit ours. Make no mistake, while the establishment are quick to throw the racism term about constantly, it's these very same people that are exploiting cheap labour and bringing it into our country just to make more profits for themselves. And we must continue to fight the mainstream media, who make us feel like in the minority, but it could not be any further from the truth. People like the BBC are no different than Lord Haw the way they're acting. We must continue to fight against them. From each corner of our magnificent island, the people now are rising, and as their British blood and iron heart awakens, as our forefathers have done in years gone by when our nation has been under threat, we shall continue to fight as they did back then in vain to stop Brexit. We shall not hesitate, we shall not capitulate, and we shall not shy away. We shall continue to oppose the cultural Marxism that we see. We shall continue to stand firm and united in the face of this political oppression. We shall defend our culture and identity, whatever the cost may be, and we shall never surrender. Thank you. Yay!